Hey y'all, gonna hop on here and show you how to make DIY laundry detergent. It's a lot easier than you think, way cleaner, less toxic than the stuff you can get at the grocery store. Is it cheaper? That's an argument for you to figure out. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need. You are going to need some washing soda. I recently found out that this brand is not cruelty free, but I have a big box, so I'm going to use it. You're also going to need some baking soda. Again, I usually will use Bob's Red Mill. There's also some really nice clean brands on Amazon, which I'll link down below. You're going to need either a bar of Castile soap or liquid. I love everything about Dr. Bronner, so that's what I go with. If you're using the bar, you're going to want to grate it. So you want your cheese grater, you want something to boil water, whether it be a tea kettle or just a measuring cup. And then you're going to want some type of bowl or jar to mix it in. And then when it cools, you can just pour it into, you could pour it back into your plastic jar. If you've got an empty vinegar container or an empty laundry detergent container, you can do that. So let's get started. I'm taking about 2 cups of water and I'm just going to start boiling it. I just want to get it nice and hot so that it will dissolve the sodas. So we'll put that in and that'll be going in the background. I don't know, about 3.5 minutes should work. Then you're going to get your 1/4 cup measuring cup. And we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of the washing soda. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use that bowl for something. So you'll put that in there. Then you'll use a 1/4 cup baking soda. This is the same baking soda I use for recipes, so that's why I use the Bob's Red Mill and not Arm & Hammer, also the whole cruelty-free thing. Okay, so while your water is heating, this is what you're going to dissolve. So really, a cup of hot water is plenty, maybe even a 1/2 cup. You just want to submerge this and then be able to stir it down so it disintegrates. Now, I remember why I don't use the bar soap anymore, because you got to put in a lot of elbow grease to grate that soap bar. If you're using the liquid Castile soap, you will use anywhere from 6 to 12 tablespoons. That totals a 1/4 to a 1/2 cup, depending on how sudsy you want it. Or you're going to use, I usually just use the whole bar. The whole bar is 5 ounces, and I don't know what that equals. So while my water is in the microwave getting hot, and again, I'm going to make mine get to boiling just because I want it to dissolve. Oh, one more ingredient I didn't tell you about. I love to add essential oils to my laundry soap. I got the lavender here, so I'm going to do lavender and purify. Purify is a great cleansing blend oil. You could also use lemon or any oils you just like. Honestly, they won't make the laundry soap. It'll smell great, but once it goes through all that hot water in the washing cycle and then in the dryer, it's going to burn off most of those oils. That's why you add your oils to your wool balls, your wool dryer balls at the end. Okay, so I have a bowl underneath me here, and I'm going to work on grating this soap. Now, I use the super fine setting just to make things easy. And you're just going to, do this until you get the whole bar down. Or if you want to, work with a 1/2 of a bar, that's totally fine too. Usually, you'll have to take some breaks to give your arm a rest. It's a great bicep workout as well. If you've got a partner or friend or roommate, maybe you could get them to help you. So anyways, I did the math on this laundry detergent, and I'll kind of talk you through it while I'm finishing grating my soap here. Okay, so the baking soda I use works out to about 25 cents for a 1/4 cup. The washing soda, and that's just this Arm & Hammer, which is pretty cheap, works out to 17 cents for a 1/4 cup. Now, where you're going to get pricey is going to be your essential oils, depending what brand you use. Most of you know I use the doTERRA brand. Sometimes I'll use other brands if I'm not, ingesting the oils, but what goes on your skin goes in your skin, and that includes your laundry soap. Okay, so the essential oils, I'm using around 20 to 30 drops. So for the Purify oil, that works out to just under $3. And then the other expensive thing is going to be the Dr. Bronner's. I only calculated for the bar. This bar was around $4 to $5. I got it recently in my Walmart order. On Amazon, the bars tend to be a little expensive unless you buy the 6-pack. So all in all, I'd say this will make a gallon of laundry detergent, and you're looking at probably $6 or $7. So, I mean, I know you can go get your Tide or Gain or whatever, and it would be cheaper, but do a little research on laundry detergent and all the chemicals in it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this hot water. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely boiling hot. I'm going to pour it in here. This is on top of my baking soda and washing soda. And then I'm just going to stir, and I'm going to stir until all of that dissolves. Now, the reason I transfer this into a plastic container is because I just don't like glass. Our laundry is outside in the garage, and I do not like the idea of having, a glass bottle that I have to take the lid on and off of, and your hands are all slippery, from touching the soap. And anyways, it's just not great. Okay, so once you get that all dissolved, you keep stirring, and then let it sit, because you want it to cool down before you add your essential oils. Now, you can certainly add your soap at this time. That's really fine. I'm just going to show you I'm about halfway through my bar of soap, and I have it's probably actually about a half a cup. So I might just stop there for today. So I'm going to just put my soap. Oh yeah, make a mess. I always make a mess with everything. Anyways, I'm going to pour my soap crumblies in there. Probably helps if I take the spoon out and make myself some room, but like to do things the hard way sometimes. Put that in. And then we'll just give it another stir. We're going to fill it with cool water the rest of the way. I'm going to scrape some of the stuff off the bottom here so you can kind of see. I don't want all my hard work to go to waste. So, okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to just use filtered water, and I'm going to fill this with cool water. Actually, well, I'm going to go to the sink just because I don't want to put super cold water in here and risk breaking my thing. Anyways, let's get back to stirring. So I'm just going to incorporate the soda and the soap. You want that soap to also dissolve down. You'll see it starting to break up and dissolve. Now, if you're using the liquid soap, then you definitely don't have to worry about dissolving it, because it'll do that itself since it's already in liquid form and it's already been dissolved. Now, the trick here, 2 things. You want to make sure this cools before you put your essential oils in, because when you put oils with heat, they're going to burn off. A lot of people use oils on their dryer balls, as I was telling you about earlier. But what happens is when you put oils on the dryer ball and throw them in the dryer for a 30 or 45 minute heat cycle, the heat just burns the oil off. So you smell your clothes and they don't smell like anything. So essentially, you've wasted your money. So what you do is when your laundry cycle is finished, then you take the wool balls out, you drop a couple of drops of your favorite oil onto the balls, stick them back in, run it for like 4 or 5 minutes on, low heat, just cool, just kind of like a tumble cycle. And then you don't have to worry about all that, because they won't burn off when the water is, or when the air temperature is cool. Okay, so I'm going to let this just do its thing. You can see it's not completely dissolved yet, but don't worry, because you can give it a little shake after you put your oils in and all that good stuff. So, okay, so we're going to let this sit. We're going to let it cool. I'm going to come back and we're going to put our oils in, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, so once your solution has cooled, you can take your essential oil of choice and add anywhere from honestly 20 to 50 drops. You just kind of go with what feels good. I like the cleansing properties of this oil. This is the doTERRA Purify oil. Great for all things cleaning. And I don't know, I don't count as you can see, but you just give that a stir. And I had a thought as my solution was cooling that I think I'm just going to put this back. I'm just going to funnel it back into my empty Bronner's bottle because I don't have an empty laundry detergent bottle right now or an empty vinegar container. So you'll just basically take your solution and you'll just funnel it in. Okay, so you can probably see I still have plenty of soap. This is obviously not a gallon. This is a half gallon. So I have enough for another one. But basically just put your lid on. And this is where you can really get, this is where you're going to do the mixing here. Just be careful when you open it because you're going to create bubbles like that. But what I love about reusing this is, first of all, it's good for the environment. But when you're ready and you need your laundry detergent, you can just dump it over, pour it in, and you're good to go.